Welcome back. We're wrapping up our week 3 here in Tipton with Tipton WR Segment coach Matt Nair. We're going to turn our attention to the Keith Dry Invitational. Came out with 4 place winners in a tough tournament that we always go to. It's a good opportunity to see just tough teams, teams that maybe a style or just mentalities that maybe we won't see till later on. Maybe gives us a good gauge to where we're at against a tougher team. So, what's your overall thoughts about Saturday?
Well, as you mentioned, it's a good tournament. We've gone to for several years. A couple of things that I really like about it is that they run a JV and a varsity tournament, kind of consecutively at the same time, and which allows us to take all our guys to the same meet. And as coaches, we all get to see all of them wrestle, which is huge, especially this early in the season. As you mentioned, it's a very competitive tournament. The varsity tournament is there's several very solid teams there. There's quite a few. I'd say there's probably 1 or 2 ranked wrestlers at just about every weight, if not even a few more at some weights. So just a good tournament. We only had 6 varsity wrestlers wrestling on Saturday between some injuries and some other commitments with driver's ed and things like that. We were only able to really put 6 guys that felt like were varsity ready out on the mat, and we had about 10 guys wrestling in the JV part of it. But so,
did you get to see to evaluate the JV guys, either you or Coach Eric, that you would hope to?
Yeah, they actually start the JV tournament about an hour before the varsity tournament starts, and so I was able to get to see all of our guys wrestle at least one match, I think, and some of them 2 or 3. So, and then then the varsity tournament starts, and we're kind of between 2 gyms, but they're real close, so you can walk through one door into the other room and get a chance to watch all the wrestling. So it's good.
Mitch Chapman, Jordan Chalice, Andrew Stanbro took 4th in their weight class. Cole Cook took 2nd. Talk about between the duel last Thursday, having one day of practice going into a meet, you get some evaluation time, and now here 3 days this week, you get to share your feedback with pretty much everybody. How's that going?
Really good. We had a good last 3 nights of practice. Have been really good. Trying to clean up some of the things that we see, in those meets. And the nice thing about a tournament, when you guys get 2 or 3 matches, you get a chance to, get an overall feeling, especially when we got to see everybody wrestle up there at Applington, Parkersburg. You get a real sense of, what kind of things as a team we need to work on. I mean, obviously we also spend time working with individuals on specific needs, but the nice thing about a tournament like that is we get to see, okay, what as a team do we really need to work on, and we've addressed some of those things this week, so hopefully, that'll help us for Thursday.
I would say, some of those things play out Thursday. You kind of took my thunder from you a little bit, but Thursday's our opportunity to get back, 3rd home duel, pack the gym night, so come out. The little kids wrestling is going to be honored, from what I understand, and there's no reason why not to have a full gym. Mid-Prairie's coming in, West Liberty's coming in. 2 very potential duels to be competitive here.
Well, they're both conference duels, and so we're hoping to be competitive in both of those duels, and we think we can be. We've got a few guys that have we're getting back from injuries or off the ineligible list and things like that. So that's encouraging, and we got guys working hard to get their grades up and where they need to be. And so we're excited about these 2 duels coming up. And like I said, like you said, it's fill a gym night, so we're hoping to have a packed house.
West Liberty's a different West Liberty team coming in. They have a few guys sprinkled in their lineup. They're coming off a 59-21 loss to Wilton last week. Grant Wilton's pretty tough, but those 2 usually are a little closer in the score. Mid-Prairie, they've been kind of solid, consistent. They'll match up pretty good, I would think, with us. Another opportunity to get a conference dual win has to be some motivation this week in the room, I'm guessing too.
Well, we're hoping to get 2 wins, so
right.
We'll see how it goes. We got to come ready to wrestle. I know you mentioned both those teams. Mid Prairie's been kind of coming on actually the last couple of years, and they got a pretty solid lineup. So like you said, they'll compete hard with us, and West Liberty is always tough. So they've got a good tradition down there and a good program, and you can never underestimate West Liberty. So hopefully our guys are ready to go.
2 days later we go to Regina. I think the JV goes to Wilton, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So evaluations, split squad sort of deal Saturday.
Yeah, Coach Eric will take the JV squad to Wilton, which is usually a pretty good tournament. Get some Quad City area teams over there with their JV teams, and of course some of the conference schools are there also. But it's usually a pretty competitive tournament. Hopefully our guys will all get 2 or 3 matches over there. Hopefully 3, and then I'll be taking a larger varsity squad than we had last Saturday over to Regina. Also a tough competitive tournament. I think there's 10 teams over there counting us.
And some new teams that we haven't seen usually.
Right. Mount Vernon's there, and Cascade, and I think Sigourney, and
Solon sometimes goes there too.
I think Pekin's there, and yeah, there are just quite a few teams. We'll obviously see Regina again for the 3rd time possibly, but pretty much everybody else. I guess West Branch I think is there, who we've already dueled, but there'll be 6 or 7 new teams that we haven't seen yet. So
winding down before Christmas break too. And how do you guys approach the last half of this week and into next week with training and stuff? You guys are still working a few guys into different spots and stuff. What's the last week and a half look like here?
Well, I told the guys on last Saturday when we got back from AP, that we needed to have a really strong, first part of this week. This would kind of be our last, really hard push here, because now we've got competition on Thursday and Saturday, and then following Tuesday. So we needed to have a couple consecutive days of good workouts here this week, and I think we got that. And then now, we'll kind of change our focus a little bit here to competition for the next 4, 5, 6 days now, and then go from there.
Well, there's an opportunity for a lot of matches. Next Tuesday you're referring to is at Wapello, North Cedar and Solon, Wapello, the lineup there. So a lot of these guys are going to get 5 to 10 matches, depending on how things go between now and then. You're going to have a different team by that time.
Yeah, most of our guys will get probably 7, 8 matches in, hopefully between now and a week from today. So, and then we'll kind of reevaluate after these next 3 meets, and of course we get out for Christmas break, I think a week from tomorrow. So we won't have a lot of time to work after that Wapello duel. But we'll kind of reevaluate and see where we're at and what we need to do for Christmas break. Probably take a few days off, obviously, and enjoy the holidays. And quite honestly, we will probably need a few days off just to get, mentally kind of get rested up. It was interesting. I thought Monday of this week was maybe one of the best practices we've had all season, and we had Sunday was our first day off for some of these guys in almost 2 weeks. With we throw in our tournament on us a week ago Saturday, and then our kids tournament. All our guys helped with that, and then back into Monday, through Friday or through Saturday with practice and meets. And so I know it was refreshing for me to actually have a day off on Sunday, and I think you could see it in our guys when they came back Monday and really had a good practice. So that's one thing that you need to think about too over the holidays and going forward is kind of just get mentally refreshed a little bit, or rested up from a mental point of view too. So,
well, good things this week to talk about. I'm sure we'll have more next week. So, another reminder: come out to the duel Thursday night, 6 o'clock start. A few JV matches mixed in there too with varsity. So, for head coach Matt Neary, my name's Ryan Stonebreaker. We'll see you next week. Until then, we'll see you at the meet.